I remember my first solo trip like it was yesterday. The thought was both thrilling and a little bit scary. Standing in a bustling train station all by myself was a strange feeling. I was surrounded by people, yet I was completely on my own. My heart was beating a little faster than usual. Was I brave enough to do this? Could I really navigate a new city without a friend to help me? All these questions filled my head, but a bigger feeling was also growing inside me. It was a feeling of pure excitement, a sense of adventure that was all mine. This first journey was a small one, just a short train ride away, but it felt like I was crossing a great ocean. Every little thing seemed new and important. I had to read the maps myself. I had to find my hotel on my own. I had to decide where to eat my first meal alone. There was no one to ask, "What do you think?" It was just me and my own thoughts. This was a challenge, but a wonderful one. It was like learning to walk again, but this time, the world was my playground. I was taking my first steps into a much larger life. The initial moments of loneliness quickly disappeared. They were replaced by a wonderful sense of awareness. I started to notice everything around me more clearly. The colors of the buildings seemed brighter. The sounds of the city were like music. The faces of the people passing by told 1,000 stories. When you travel with others, you are often busy talking. You are in your own little bubble. But when you are alone, the bubble pops. You become part of the world around you in a much deeper and more meaningful way. That first trip taught me something very important. It taught me that being alone does not mean being lonely. In fact, it can be the opposite. It can be a time of great connection. You connect with yourself and with the new place you are in. You learn to trust your own instincts. You learn to be your own best friend. The initial fear I felt was simply the shadow of the great joy that was waiting for me. It was the beginning of a love affair with solo travel that has lasted my entire life. One of the greatest joys of traveling alone is the incredible freedom it gives you. Imagine waking up in a new city. The entire day is a blank page, and you are the only author. There are no compromises to make, no schedules to agree on. Do you want to spend the whole day in a museum, looking at ancient art? You can. Do you want to sit in a little cafe for hours just watching the world go by? That is your choice. This freedom is like a beautiful gift you give to yourself. It is a chance to truly listen to what your heart wants to do. This freedom extends to every single decision, big and small. You can change your plans at a moment's notice. Perhaps you hear about a local festival happening in a nearby town. You can just hop on a bus and go without needing to check with anyone else. Maybe you find a street that looks interesting. You can wander down it for as long as you like, discovering hidden shops and secret gardens. This spontaneity is what makes solo travel so exciting. You are not just following a plan, you are creating an adventure as you go along. I have had some of my most memorable experiences because of this freedom. I once planned to visit a famous castle, but on the way I saw a sign for a tiny pottery workshop. On a whim, I decided to visit it instead. I spent the whole afternoon learning to make a pot with my own hands, taught by a lovely old woman who spoke no English. We communicated with smiles and gestures. It was a magical day that I would have missed if I had been with someone else, rushing to stick to a pre-arranged schedule. This power to choose is incredibly empowering. It teaches you to be decisive and to trust your own judgment. You are the captain of your own ship, steering it wherever you please. You might choose to have a simple sandwich for lunch from a market stall, or you might decide to treat yourself to a fancy meal. You can wake up with the sun to see a city come to life, or you can sleep in late after a night of exploring. Every choice is yours, making the entire journey a true reflection of you. Traveling by yourself is a fantastic way to learn and grow. Every day presents a new set of small challenges that build your confidence. You have to figure out public transport in a language you do not understand. You must ask for directions, order food, and find your way back to your accommodation. Each time you successfully do one of these things on your own, you feel a little stronger. You prove to yourself that you are capable and resourceful. This growing confidence is a wonderful souvenir to bring home with you. You also learn so much about the world and its people. When you are alone, people are more likely to talk to you. You are more approachable. I have had the most amazing conversations with strangers on buses, in shops, and at market stalls. I have been invited into homes for a cup of tea. I have learned about local customs and traditions directly from the people who live them. These are experiences that are much harder to have when you are traveling in a group, insulated from the local culture. One time, in a small village, I was trying to find a particular type of local cheese. I couldn't find it in any of the shops. A kind shopkeeper, seeing my struggle, closed his shop for 10 minutes to walk me down the street to his cousin's farm. There, I met the whole family and got to see how the cheese was made. They shared their lunch with me and told me stories about their village. It was an unforgettable act of kindness that happened simply because I was alone and open to connection. This process of learning is not just about the outside world. Solo travel is also a journey inwards. With all the quiet time, you get to know yourself better. You have time to think without interruptions. You discover what you truly enjoy, what makes you happy, and what your strengths are. You learn to rely on yourself and to enjoy your own company. You come back from your travels not just with memories of new places, but with a deeper understanding of who you are as a person. Solo travel holds a perfect balance between quiet moments of peace and thrilling adventures. There are days when all you want is solitude. You can find a quiet park bench and read a book for hours. You can take a long, slow walk along a deserted beach with only the sound of the waves for company. These moments of stillness are precious. They allow you to recharge your spirit and reflect on your journey. It is a form of meditation, a chance to simply be present in a beautiful new place. I cherish these quiet times. I remember sitting on a hilltop overlooking a city at sunset. The sky was painted with incredible colors, and the city lights began to twinkle below. I was completely alone, but I felt a profound connection to the world. There was no need to talk or to share the moment with anyone else. It was mine to absorb fully. These quiet, personal moments often become the most powerful and lasting memories of a trip, a secret treasure you hold in your heart. Then, there are the days for grand adventure. Being on your own does not mean you have to be timid. In fact, it can push you to be braver. You might decide to go hiking in the mountains, join a scuba diving group, or take a cooking class. You are free to seek out any thrill you desire. Meeting other travelers who are also looking for adventure is easy. You can join a group for a day trip and then go back to your peaceful solitude in the evening. It truly is the best of both worlds. This is why I believe everyone should try traveling solo at least once in their life. It is more than just a holiday. It is an education in self-reliance, courage, and open-heartedness. It teaches you that the world is a friendly place and that you are stronger than you think. It gives you the gift of freedom, the joy of discovery, and the peace of your own company. So I encourage you, darling, take that first step. Pack a small bag, book a ticket, and go. A wonderful adventure, all your own, is waiting for you.